Hello everyone, this is Jimmy and welcome to episode 14 of Enigmatica 2 Expert. Last video we went to Europa, got ourselves some nice rutile ore, and today I would like to start processing it. So there's a bunch of ways we can do it. In theory, the best we can do is 5x through mechanisms thing where we turn it into a slurry, clean it, crystallize it, shard it, plump it, dirty it, clean it. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm just going to do the slightly easier, and by slightly I mean significantly easier, but only gives 4 ingots method that turns 1 rutile into 4 titanium and gets directly in an electric arc furnace using a whopping 0 seconds. So I have the electric arc furnace laid out here in hologram form, and I have all the blocks. So let's just put the blocks where they go. Normally this is an extremely slow process, but I think in this pack the electric arc furnace has been immensely buffed. So I look forward to using it, because normally this thing takes like literally hours to process things. This is also one of the nice machine setups that allow you to put like your inputs and outputs wherever you like, more or less. So it's, your controller has to go here, and then basically anything on the second row, any non-corner on the second row can be an input or an output. I wish more of the advanced rocketry multi-blocks were like this. It'd just be easier to build them. According to JEI, these recipes are already exceptionally fast, right? It says 0 seconds, but that's just probably rounding. Nonetheless, I'm going to put the highest tier coils there because we have a bunch of iridium, because our digital miner on, that's not where you go, on Europa produces iridium ore. So if we have it, may as well use it. That just makes the fast process even faster. Alright, so I have 2 extras. Didn't expect to have 2 extras. But it formed, so I guess I have 2 extra blocks. Alright, now to plug it in, we have to send power to all 3 of these power inputs. So let's wire that up. And let's see how fast it is. Just quick sanity check. It's on. Speed is 8x. Very good. That looks like it's processing 1 item a tick, which may have been just the normal processing rate. But very good. Just gonna do this, and that's probably enough titanium for the foreseeable future. We'll probably need more later, but I'm not even going to automate the processing of titanium for now. If I need more, I'll just... we can... forget it. Yeah, I'm not going to do it now. We'll do it later when we have a need for it. So with this titanium, what are we going to do? There are a few options. We completed the wind generator quest off a quest reward. Anyways, where'd the CD go? There are a few options. We could either go into Ender IO. So, we've completed the Ender IO gate technically, but we can get into Ender IO and start building its machines. But by and large, at this point, Ender IO doesn't really add any additional functionality. Yeah, the spawner is nice. That's really all there is to it. The spawner is nice. I think it's 30 levels. Yeah, I'll just take them, whatever. So instead, I think I'm going to continue doing rocket stuff and build a space station, we've already made the warp core, but the entire warp controller, and head off to other places, other dimensions. Namely, to get dimensional shard ore, and I guess that's really it. Dimensional shard ore. But yeah, let's finish the advanced rocketry stuff while we're in the advanced rocketry mood. There's a couple of ways to build the space station. You can either build a complete space station on the ground and launch it as is, or you could launch a single block and then build it in space. So what I'm going to do is the latter. We need a ID chip as well. So let's see, it needs to be the space station. Wait, I have one on me. Station ID chip and a empty satellite bay. Build your thing, hit scan, hit build. That turns your block of cobblestone, or if you built an entire base, into a space station container. And this is the ID chip that references it. Don't lose the ID chip. Then we can take our rocket And I have to disassemble the rocket again, so let's get in it and disassemble it. We have to add a cargo container so that it can launch the space station. Put the satellite bay anywhere on your rocket and put your space station container in that, and then we can build the rocket again. Not enough fuel capacity. I guess we'll take the warp core out then. Who needs a warp core? There we go. And then build that into a rocket. I'm going to launch it straight up, so it's going to go up, deploy the space station, and come right back down, I believe. So I don't even have to go with it. It can be autonomous. And then, I mean, I'll have to ride it up later to be able to actually get to the station, I guess. You know what? Let's just ride it up with it. This way I can go drop off a teleporter on the space station. Oh wait, I sent it to Earth. Shoot. Whatever, we're riding this rocket. And we're on our way down. I'm actually not 100% sure if we made it into space. I think I might not have given the rocket enough time to fuel. If we look on the left side, there's actually no fuel in the rocket. So we might have come close and just be falling down. Let's check. No, it did make it to space and deploy the satellite. Okay, we're good. That would have been really embarrassing, though, if we just launched a rocket and went up and fell right back down. Now that our space station has been deployed, let's go there. So to go there, we put our space station ID chip in the guidance computer. That sets a destination as a station, wait for enough fuel, and launch. This time, we definitely want to ride the rocket there, because the rocket's going to land. Oh, actually, you know what? Abort. Let's make one more thing before we go. Let's add the Airtight Seal to our equipment so that we can breathe in space without having to use the spacesuit. It's much easier to work on a space station if you can, you know, hover and fly. You need to put Airtight Seal on all of your armor, so you need 4 pieces. 57 titanium. A lot of titanium. And they need to be applied to the armor. The armor cannot be directly enchanted, but... Oh, come on, you told me you can accept the enchant. Look, it says so, right here. Right here. Accept Airtight Seal. Maybe you have to be fully recharged to accept enchants? Let's try that. I somehow doubt it, but we'll give it a shot. Is that charge inventory? Yeah. Just a quick sanity check. It doesn't allow vanilla enchanting. Alright, so let's go try out Airtight Seal. Please work. I will be very sad if this doesn't. Alright, backup plan then. We'll make an angel ring. So I'm going to need the chicken. That crafts a chicken wing ring. And then we can upgrade that with a... Oh, okay. That goes directly into an angel ring, I guess. But we need an elytra, an ender... Did I get an ender star? We have nether stars. I guess we didn't get ender stars as a quest reward. Dang it. Ethereal glass, elytra, dense gold plates, golden apples. Okay, so I think all I really need to do is go find an elytra. Let's, I guess, go to the end and grab an elytra real quick. Of course, who knows how long it'll take to actually get an elytra. I missed. Try that again. There we go. Do we spawn in range of one? Don't see it. Alright, well, I'm going to look around the end a bit, try to find an elytra. I'm also going to grab a few of these chorus flowers while I'm at it. And this is it. The boat should load in any second now. There we go. Alright, first I'm going to loot the city. Maybe there's like Ender Isle capped inside or something. I don't know. Not much of note in the city, so let's go get our dragon head and our elytra. There's the dragon head. And here's the elytra. Alright. Ooh, that's Staff of Traveling effect. I want that. Of course, now that I have an elytra, I bothered to check the recipe, and there's an extremely easy crafting recipe for it. All we needed really was chorus. But oh well, we'll keep this in mind for the future. I'm sure we'll need plenty of elytras, because I have a feeling this is... Oh, this core is not used in any recipes. Wait. Maybe it will be. Who knows? Who in their right mind uses a kikoku in their crafting recipe? Jeez. I'm gonna do the dividing by diamond thing. I think this... Oh. How do I make unstable ingots? Does it have to be in the middle row? Oh, this is a crafting station. It has to be done in a vanilla crafting table. Whoops. About to say, I've done this a million times. Alright. Vanilla crafting table. Same items. Iron ingot divided by diamond. This makes an unstable ingot. If you don't use the unstable ingot, or if you close this inventory out, it will explode. So, that will kill you. I need to make a moonstone out of that. Oh, you got 8 moonstones. Oh, I guess modify to only give 1. That sucks. Anyways, that makes ethereal glass. And now that I have ethereal glass, we can make the angel ring. Voila. Alright, do I have a preference for which angel ring? Let's get the one with the wings. There we go. So now we can fly? Yeah? Nice. And we have plenty of grid power to support it. So I think our dragon egg mill is hiding down there, right? So now we can just create a flight even without, you know, the jetpack. So while we're going to our space station, we can put on that armor and let's take off. And we should land on that one tiny piece of cobblestone we sent up as a quote-unquote space station. From there, I'll just build it out. I'm glad I have my storage tablet with me, because technically I don't actually know how to get back. I guess we have the teleporter. I don't have the ID card in the rocket, so without it, we can't actually fly the rocket back to Earth. Thankfully, the ID card is in our storage system, and I can pull it out through the storage tablet. Well, we stopped, so I assume that means we landed on something. Yep, our space station. Alright, so let me get some more cobble. And we'll turn that into a meaningful, honest-to-goodness space station. As in, it'll be a larger cobblestone platform. Space station that would make NASA envious. Alright, so let's get my... Oh yeah, I found that I can still open my terminal. Despite, I don't know. I'm cheating. It's okay. I'm just... The storage tablet does the same thing, so it doesn't, you know, opening the terminal like this doesn't give us any new features. Anyways, I need the ID chip, planet ID chip, and we'll fly our rocket back because I don't want to leave our... Well, actually, no, let's leave the rocket here. I do need the rocket here for a little while. I'm gonna get a chat. We can just store the ID chip in our storage system. Alright, so now that we're here, next step is to build the warp core. So that's various things. I'm gonna link our porter. Name this. And then head back to Earth and get our supplies. Then we just have to build this warp core multi-block anywhere on the station will be fine. Uses 15 titanium blocks. That's a lot of titanium. In fact, I believe the way the questline is written, it's expected that you build the warp core before you even get access to titanium ore, which means you're making a lot of titanium the expensive way. But I have secret knowledge of the mods, making me an expert. Anyways, let's just build this out. Oh, I forgot a piece. We also need a, if I have creative flight on, I don't get dragged around by inertia. Stupid inertia. thinking it's a king of me. But anyways, I'm gonna need to go make the warp controller as well, because I forgot to build that when I was back on Earth. So that's that. That should form. This is fueled by dilithium, the crystals. So I think we can... I have dust. I can enrichment chamber it into a crystal. Works for me. Oh, or we could directly... I'll find some way to get crystals. It doesn't use a lot of it as fuel anyways. Place the warp controller anywhere in the on the station. Apparently clicking it changes the background. But then we can choose where to go. So to fuel this thing first, we put dilithium in the input hatch. Oh, the bug's been fixed. I guess we can just put all our dilithium in then. There was previously a bug where one piece of fuel is enough for you to go anywhere. I guess now it takes half a stack of fuel to go to warp the station. Still, that's not all that much. All right, so we are currently here orbiting Earth, and then we can now take this to any planet anywhere. So if we want to go to this system, to, you know, Kepler 0118, we could. I don't actually know where I want to go yet. I'm going to take a look at some of the like in NEI or JEI that tells us what is on these planets. Because this doesn't tell me anything about what's on the planet, right? But if I like say we want dimensional shards, that ore generates on Neptune, Kelt, and Uranus. The four main things I'm after here are mana infused ore, because I mean we don't really need it. We have ways of getting enough of this now, I guess. How much do I eventually need? Do I ever? Yeah, okay. We need more later for ultimate ingots and singularities. Ew, that is disgusting. Hold on. Does it have an essence form? No. Alright, so we're gonna have to eventually come up with a way to make tremendous amounts of this. But that's a later problem. Then there's dimensional shard ore, which I think I need some dimensional shards to make it was something I wanted from this. The advanced power cell, that was it. And I guess the Ender Isle Enchanter. So that is nice. But we need the clathrates as well, because these both the three types of clathrates go into this thing, which is for the infinity booster as well as basically creatives. Well, actually creatives. So that's something. Anyways, the clathrates can... Oh no, all of these can be found in system. Oh, I was about to say the clathrates can only be found outside of the solar system, but that's not true. Mars and Mercury are definitely in this system. So I guess there's really no reason to leave the solar system. In that case, we didn't need this space station. Whatever. Let's just, we built it, so let's use it, right? Let's warp the space station to like Kelt 4AB and just see what that is like. So to do that, we just select, I think it was in this system, 4AB, select warp. And then we watch this animation for a little while, get our advancement, and complete our challenge. And then when we get there, we can ride our rocket back down to the planet's surface. Whoa. I went to fuel the rocket. I didn't expect it to take the entire reservoir worth of... I mean, it fueled the rocket, but it also took all 90 buckets of oxygen to do so. Thanks, advanced rocketry. While our space station warps, I went back to Europa to check on our digital miner, and it's done. So I'm going to take this with us. We'll reuse this in wherever that place we were warping to is, and mine the ores there. Come on. Where are the items? Where's my chest? Did I lose it? Did it float away into space? Where is it? It's definitely not in my inventory. Alright, let's get a magnet. Oh, found it. Anyways, back to the space station. We've arrived in orbit around Kelt 4AB, and to get down to the surface, we have to ride our rocket. So just gonna double check. This has the space station card in it, but it says the destination is. Oh, let's launch and see what it does. It might put us right back where we are. Ooh, planet. I think the way it works is that if your guidance computer has a station ID chip in it and you launch it from that station, it actually goes to the planet you're orbiting. It's pretty convenient. All right, from here we can set up our digital miner again, and in fact I'm also going to get a matter transmit or matter receiver. Ooh, last one. And link it. And another 21,000 ores to be mined from here. Don't know what all it'll have, but just have to trunk load it and let it do its thing. I even remember to set the power cell to output this time, so next time I teleport here, I don't die. Alright, we definitely don't need the rocket here anymore, so we'll take the rocket back up to the station. See a planet. And then I'll proactively warp our space station to Kelp 3. That's the planet that has, I guess, yeah, it has resonant cloth rates on it. So it'll take it some time to get there, but that digital miner of ours will have to work for a while too. For now, let's head back to the overworld and get started on something else. I think it's high time we started doing things with Ender IO, especially now that we have the materials for it. So let's open our loot boxes first. Ooh, that's a lot of cobblestone. Only one piece, but is this useful for anything? Creative ME store, whatever. That's post-creative. Items that are post-creative ending don't really count as items. Hey, an advanced power cell. Nifty. Hey, and a cow jar. That makes milk. Nifty. And a fake ME controller. What a troll. Alright, I wanted one of these because now that I use a bunch of power cells spread out in the base, I want to use an advanced one for input. Let's get a power cell card as well. The normal one only inputs, I think it's, well, it says 250,000 aside. That's a lot. How much do you input? 1 million aside. Dang, power cells were buffed. I was used to normal power cells only being 10,000 aside. At 250,000 aside, we really don't need advanced ones. Alright, back to Ender IO. So far, we can make simple machine chassis, and I suspect we can make, well, maybe not 100 of them. Can we autocraft these? Not yet. Just need to add this recipe. The next step, though, is probably to make the slightly better chassis. The simple ones only make the simple machines, and the simple machines straight up suck. So, let's actually take a look at the quests. We can... Yeah, let's go towards here, which is a machine chassis. The industrial. Wait, isn't industrial the highest tier one? Or is there one tier higher than that? No, there must be a tier higher, right? There's the alloy smelter, and then... Oh no, I guess the top tier of machines are disabled in this pack. Okay, so industrial machine tier, or machine chassis is the highest tier. What does that take? The standard recipe. So when you make the organic dye, which has to be made in a Ender IO alloy smelter. Alright, so I guess we have to make a simple alloy smelter, and then we can make these organic dyes to make the eye powder, to make the real, you know, honest to goodness, not awful alloy smelter. We won't be using this basic machine for long, so I'm not going to bother hooking it up to the ME system. Oh, this simple alloy smelter isn't quite as slow as I thought it was. It's been buffed significantly in this pack, it appears. It's still slower than... Oh, look, there's a baby ram here. It's still slower than all the other reasonable machines, but it's not quite as bad as I had feared. So anyways, that's green dye, and then this is what? Pulverized coal or charcoal, and slime balls or eggs? Let's use slime. There's a couple of ways to make the industrial machine chassis. There's this recipe, which is insanely expensive, or there's the reasonable ones. You make it in an induction smelter or alloy smelter. Do I have an induction smelter? I do. We'll use that. That only uses a single dye blend. Let's see, induction smelter. Yeah, that only uses a single dye blend and doesn't use that weird obsidian stuff. Alright, so now we should be able to make the industrial chassis. Oopsies, no crushed quartz. Is that true, or did I just use the wrong type of it? No, I guess we just don't know how to make crushed quartz yet. I also switched the recipe to use nether quartz dust because that's what our thing produces. Alright, go. Excellent. There's a chassis. And that unlocks almost all, well, not quite all the machines, right? Because a lot of these make soul chassis. So let's add this recipe next, at which point we'll really have access to all the Ender Isle machines. They put in all the recipes, so let's try this. Yeah, it has to craft it basically from scratch, but looks like we have auto crafting for these chassis all done. One of the first machines I want then is the farming station, because I want to set up a tree farm. So this is industrial chassis. Ooh, iron, hold on. Ironwood, hoe, and axe, huh? Or steel leaf? We could do that. We have... Yeah, okay. We have plenty of ingots that we got from salvaging here. With this, we can set up a tree farm, because we're going to need to build another one of those assembler trees soon. If we look here, our assemblers have, you know, we're on our last row. We have like 20 to 30 recipe slots left before we need to build another tower, and I don't want to have to chop down another 17 forests to do so. One farming station coming right up. The gears, actually, I just found a few in the end city, so we don't even have to craft those. Just needs a tiny bit of ironwood. All right, cool. And then we also need a capacitor too. So right now I only have the basics, but we should easily enough be able to craft these into tier 2 and then tier 3 capacitors. All right then, maybe not tier 3 yet. That requires a charged draconium block, which I don't think we can make yet. Is there anything? Yeah, I don't think we can make this crafting table yet, right? And even if we can, I don't feel like diving down into that yet. So I guess we'll stick with the tier 2 capacitor for the time being. There's some space over here by our mob farm, so I figured let's put the tree farm around here. Show me the range. At the sides of it with the tier 2 capacitor, it'll get slightly larger with the tier 3, but that'll do. And then I'm going to put most of the controls for it underneath. Let me see how big this is exactly. I think the tier 3 is it 2x2 or 3 or 4x4 larger? I'm not actually sure. Let's compare. How much smaller does that go? That's 1, 2, 3. So that's 7x7 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11x11. So it's probably 13x13. So that'll go up to here. I'm going to plan to eventually upgrade it, but for now this will suffice. So yeah, I'm going to put most of the like wiring and stuff underneath, and hook it all up, give it power, give it, the farming station needs tools. So even if you're harvesting trees, you need an axe. Well, obviously you need the axe, but you also need a hoe. Actually, we have pretty easy access to unbreaking Tinker's tools, don't we? Is there other unbreaking tools we could use? If you use unbreaking tools, you don't have to like feed it new tools. We could use a flux infused axe. And then we can make an unbreakable Tinker's hoe or something for it. Okay, let's do that. That definitely simplifies things further. Actually, forget. Can we just give it an unbreaking matic and have it count as both the axe and the hoe? I seem to think I've done that before, but I can't say for sure. Give it that. Give it a bit of saplings. For this, I'll just grow regular oak. Put it in all the slots, lock it. You can definitely plant them. Now the question is, can you harvest them as well? Let's bone meal it and find out. harvest the tree. The farming station for some reason does give a, right, so I can't harvest it. What if I put it in this slot? Can it harvest it? No, it does not count as an axe. All right, but yeah, the farming station for some reason gives a massive growth rate bonus to trees. Only trees, not plants. But it makes trees grow extremely fast like this. Let me go make it the flux infused axe because that is an unbreakable axe. In the like 20 seconds it took for me to craft this axe, this thing managed to grow enough trees that I can't even access it anymore. Anyways, the flux infused axe counts as it works even if it's not powered. So it just needs to exist in here. In fact, it might not even drain energy while sitting in here. Anyways, that makes that gets this thing to chop wood. The outputs all get put into this output inventory, and then I'm just going to run that through item conduits into a drawer system over here. I was initially thinking that we would have to swap the capacitor out to the higher tier one for it to produce enough wood, but looking at the rate at which this thing grows trees and how often we get the ginormous trees, which normally suck to harvest if you're harvesting them by hand, but if the machine's harvesting them, you know, that's great. Wow. But yeah, at the rate that we're getting wood, in fact, this, like, we already got 15 and a half, almost 16 stacks, and it's been running for like 2 minutes. So we definitely do not need the tier 3 capacitor. Yeah. This farm is insane. All right. Well, with that, I think our wood problems are taken care of for, well, forever. We have enough wood to do whatever we want with it. But unfortunately, we have wood. We do not have time. So building the next assembler tower and all the good stuff that follows from there, we'll have to wait for next time. Let's wrap things up with a quick opening of the loot chests again. Although at this point, there really is probably absolutely nothing that they could want. I mean, 10 fire mills. Yeah. Whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.